Everybody, welcome back to our glute-centric breakdown from days 21 to 30. I hope you're doing awesome so far with the workouts. Once again, I just want to reiterate that I am not a Tracy trainer, I am a Tracy enthusiast, and I started doing these breakdowns for my own benefit. I found a lot of trouble finding really good direction on how to do these workouts, and I really wanted to because I really found that it was something I just loved. I'm hoping that I get to the correct muscle and get in the correct angle so that I get the most benefit from these workouts. You may have to tweak a little bit yourself to get where you want to go. Like I said, I'm an enthusiast, so I'm hoping that the breakdowns that I do are helpful to you in your Tracy journey. So we're going to get right into it. Our first exercise, we are going to be on all fours. We are going to be bringing in our right foot. Always get those hands under your shoulders. Okay, we're going to bring the right foot up to our right hand. So we're going up here. Now, if you can't get your foot up there, that's okay. If you start here, by the end of the 10 days, you will get that. It does take work, and when I first started, I couldn't get my foot up there either. So it does take a little bit, but your body will go where you want it to go eventually. So you're going to start with that foot up there, and then we're going to raise that leg straight back. It's up and out. So forward, up and out. Pointed toe. We're doing 40 of these. And press it through. You always want to be pressing it through, and you always want to be finding that contraction, which is right there. Okay, if you're not finding that contraction, you may have to go a little bit higher, you may have to go a little bit lower, you may have to get a little more out. But find what works for you and what hits that contraction. Excellent, 40 of those. Now the second one is a little bit difficult. This is going to require a little bit of balance on your part. You're going to be using your left hand to help you do a knee pull. So we're bringing our right knee in, and we're going to grab it with our left hand, and we're giving it a little bit of a pull to the side, and then we're going to raise it in a hydrant position out to the right side without putting our hand down. Okay, so it's an in, knee pull, and out. Knee pull, and out. We're doing 30 of these. Now again, sometimes you have to put your hand, and if you have to start by putting your hand down and go out, go ahead. You know, it's whatever works for you, but you want to try and get to the point where you are using your own balance. In and out. Try and get that leg up at hip height. You're engaging your abs here, your hip flexors, and you should be feeling that in your glutes. Excellent. Okay, number 3, we're going to do 40 of. We are going to bring that right foot out to your hip, toe is pointed, and we are going to be lifting this leg off the ground. Now, it's not a bounce, it is a lift. I found that I lifted with my abs and my inner thigh. So try and use your inner thigh because you don't want to bounce and throw that leg up. You want to gently lift that leg up just to hip height. So we are just going to lift and down. As Tracy says, it looks simple, but it really does help that hip flexor. And you're doing 40 of these. Squeeze that inner thigh and get it up. This is lower abs and that inner thigh. You're going to feel that in that hip. Excellent. In this position, we are going to take our left hand, put it down on the ground, on our elbow. We're going to bring the right hand forward. We are going to take the right foot, there's a lot going on here, and bring it up to the right hand as far as you can get it. Okay, now that we've got in this crazy position, we are going to lift this leg in an upward motion, and we're lifting it up and back. Okay, when we get to this back position, we are going to bring it in. So we're contracting those abs as we bring it in. We are bringing it back up with a straight leg, contracting that glute. We are bringing it in again, and that foot is going to come forward. Now, there's a lot going on here, as I said. So it's an up, in, in and forward. So there's a lot of steps to this move. So the big thing is lifting that leg up. Okay, we don't want to swing that leg out this way. That leg is coming straight up from that extension out front and going right behind you. Then it's coming in, up again, in, back to the hand. Up, in, up, back to the hand. Up, in, up, back to the hand. Up, in, up, back to the hand. We are doing 30 of these. One more, up, in, squeezing those abs, extend through that glute, back in and forward. Excellent. Now, exercise number 5, we're going to do 40 of again. We're going to start again in the same position, left arm down on the floor, right arm in front. We're going to bring that right foot up to our right hand. Again, wherever you need to start. If you start back here, if you start up here, if you can start all the way up here, awesome. What we're going to do is we're going to be raising this leg just like we did out to the side in that hydrant position, but we're going to be doing it from up near your foot. Okay, again, use that inner thigh and your lower abs to squeeze that up. And you should really feel that. You should feel the heat generating in your abs. And we're doing that for 40 reps. Don't bounce it off the floor. Lift it. Lift it. Lift it. Excellent. In our last exercise, we are going to come on down on the side. We are going to put our right elbow down on the floor. Sorry, left elbow down on the floor. And we're going to be having our knees facing forward, okay? We don't want our body to be getting back like this or our hip to get back. We want to stay forward. We are going to do a lift of the right leg. So our legs are straight. We're going to lift up. Then we're going to bring both of our knees into the chest. Okay, so it's an up and an in. We're going to do 40 of these. So you're feeling that raise right here. And then you're feeling those abs crunch. Up, in, up, in, up, in, up, in. We're doing 40 of these. Just make sure that you're keeping your knees forward and at no time you're letting yourself fall backwards. You use this arm for stability and keep them forward. Awesome. And you have just completed our 6 exercises for days 21 to 30. You have done amazing so far. We are almost at the first 30 days. Okay, this means we're going to be a third of the way there. Like 10 more workouts and you're at 30 days. I know it sounds like it's still a long way away, but it's not. If you have gotten through this much, you can do the whole thing. Really, the hardest part is always at the beginning. As your body gets stronger, work towards getting the moves a little bit better every time. If you just improve yourself a couple percent every time you do a workout, you're going to feel so much better. Getting those reps in, if you started off and you were only able to do 20 reps, by the end of the week, get to that 40. If you need to take a small break, you take a small break for a couple beats. Okay, it's not a go sit down. It's a couple breaks for a short, get yourself back together again, fix your form, and get back into it again. You will be so thankful. The results come from the reps. You need to get those reps in. So let's just have a quick talk about how you did last week. I found the last week a really sweaty, drippy workout. This one's a really sweaty, drippy workout, as you can see, just showing you those moves. That being said, you know it's working. You should be sweaty and drippy. All of Tracy's workouts, I've never done one where I don't need a shower. So what did you find last week? Now, I'm going to tell you that I was a little bit sore. A little bit, like a good feel-good hurt. Again, as I've talked about many times, it's not a, I can't move, I can't get on the toilet, I can't pee. It's a, oh, I know I did something. And I really felt that right through here. Because remember, with Glutecentric, we are pulling up the pants, right? We are pulling up the pants, so we are lifting. And the lift does not come from here. The lift comes from here. So this is where Tracy's working. So when you're feeling those contractions, you're feeling them here. And you're also feeling them here. That's where I'm feeling those contractions, okay? All across here, because that is where that lift is going to happen. I hope that you felt all those too. And if you have any input on how last week went, please let me know how you found. Maybe you had to tweak the workouts a little bit differently so that you got them for you. You know, not necessarily the same way I was doing it, but what did you have to do to get that contraction in there, okay? Because it's all about the contraction. Whatever you have to do to get it there, you go ahead and you do that. Whether it's a slight angle, where there's a little more lift, where it's a little more lower, where there's a little more front, find the angle that works for your body. Every body is different. We are all going to have a different angle going on there. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's breakdown. I will see you again for our next one, which will be days 31 to 40. I know you will be ready for this. So until then, I hope you have some great workouts, an awesome week, and you are amazing. High five.